low prices. Low prices.
Oh, it's too low.
Yeah. So this is like the last hope for these farmers that they could sell their food, and we try to sell it locally in the town that we just passed, but also in Belgrade. And this is how far we are going at the moment.
Is it a cooperative where many
No,
farmers?
it's not.
It's all your
But
cows.
it will be cooperative. But cows are separated. Farm is separated from the dairy as a business entity.
I see. And when you think about Serbia joining the EU, does it present you with any hope for your business, for your family?
Not really, because this is an interesting topic, Brexit, and what Brexit brings to us. The thing is that at least in Eastern Europe, what we see from European Union coming, it's not what we are expecting it to be. So it is more, there is a saying here among farmers, when did you see rich men making poor rich? So this is the same attitude from, well, I say European Union. When they come, Bulgaria, Romania, etc., etc. I can tell you in Romania they gave lots of money to build dairies that use dry milk, not fresh milk. So that dry milk was imported to Romania. And when the prices went down, all dairies were closed. So that's how I bought some equipment in Romania.
Wow. And so you see it actually hurting?
Well, I think Brexit is very important because it gives back hope that people can change things. And I think Brexit as referendum is a great thing because Britain is all democracy, and they gave us a lesson because European Union was dreamed of like connecting different things to nurture diversity among people, but we don't have that. But this is disappearing slowly. We have politicians that are not elected. They are making policies and directions how Europe is going. On the other hand, you have governments that are elected, and they have less and less say. And for that reason, I think Brexit is important.
Excellent. So that's great. And its relations with the West in the last 20 years, we've just been through a war. What kind of, does more engagement with Europe make you nervous?
No, not really, because when you say Brexit and the UK says Britain should go immediately, how could you throw someone from Europe when it is in Europe? Britain is part of Europe. You can't say just go. It's impossible. So for Serbia the same. We are in Europe. So politically we are not EU yet. Maybe it will be one day. We don't know. But what is important? There are lots of hopes among Eastern Europeans that when they come to the European Union, all problems will be solved. And this is not the case. If you look export from Serbia in the last 12 months, the biggest export is not from foreign investments. It's from agricultural sector and from IT, domestic IT business. And this is, if we can sell to European Union IT things and agriculture products on the same way as they sell in European Union, that's great. That's good for us. And of course, not to have these trade barriers is helpful. So in that sense, it is good for Serbia, but not in the other sense that Brits, they reject it. Diversity should be respected.
Are you troubled? Like, can you sense why Britain rejected the EU?
Very much. I would vote out of Europe because we saw what happened with Greece, how Greece was treated, and of course it is terrible for Britain and terrible for Europe if they leave, actually. It's terrible. But as an ongoing fight for democracy, I think it's great that they stood up and said 60% we don't want. Why we don't want? Because we negotiated for 2 years, 3 years with Europe. We are different. I'm different. You are different. So, but we live in Europe. We have to accommodate ourselves. That's what I believe.
Great. Great. Fantastic.
6, father of 5.
And your English is perfect. Did you study in America?
Australia.
In Australia? Okay. I should have detected part of the accent, but I didn't.
Well, it was worn out. It was 20 years ago.
Wow.
25 years ago.
From my side, okay.
Good.
Recording.
Sir, thank you so much for talking to us. Very interesting story you told me about this tractor. What are your reasons for wanting to restore it as opposed to getting a new one?
Well, first of all, harvester is very expensive equipment for farmers. You don't use it every day, it's just short time during the year. Second thing is that spare parts maintenance is very expensive for modern harvesters. And Yugoslavia used to have very good machinery for agriculture. They have several factories, and that was the obvious choice for me to go for harvester that we know, that we have people who can repair it, that we have spare parts that are easily available. So there was not much thinking about what to buy.
Globalization has done some good things, but it also has done some bad things. What are some of how do you feel about this business of globalizing, getting rid of local factories, local companies?
Well, I think globalization has a good side. We are talking about bad sides about globalization, but I think globalization is good because eventually it tells us that all our destinies are in our hands, not in the hands of big companies. And that was obvious in case of Serbia, where since 2000 and change of regime in 2000, we got many foreign companies coming and opening offices and plants. But the biggest export from Serbia is from agriculture, that was done by us, farmers, and by domestic IT companies that are exporting their grains to the outside world. So I think this is a good example that globalization can put lots of ideas, not only pressure on domestic economies, but also lots of ideas what we can do ourselves, not that we wait for someone to come and fix our problems.
So what do you think about the EU? Is it good for Serbia or bad for Serbia to join?
We are already in the EU, so this is a fact that we cannot avoid. We cannot separate, we cannot build Panama Channel that will separate us from the rest of Europe. So this is only a question if Europe is what we are dreaming of. Is it a place where all different countries and nations can join together, like a family, we are a family, or is it a new model of imposing policies that don't take care about small people?
In the case of your business here, do you think joining the EU, if Serbia joined the EU, would be good for your business personally or bad for your business? Are you worried?
I think, of course, this is a big challenge for us because cheap import from Europe for our dairy business. Milk is incredibly cheap due to relationship with Russia, and the existence of our farmers is threatened very much. So we don't have any possible means to prevent it because we would like to be part of the EU. So I don't know how it will work out, but it's a very difficult time.
Would you be worried about joining the EU?
It's not a simple answer. Of course, we should be all in EU, but again, it has to be a say. It has to be taken everything in consideration. What we small think and feel. I don't think that a country that has 80, 90 million people can understand a small country of maybe 5 million people. And we don't have mechanism in Europe, working mechanism. We have institutions that take care about regions and nationalities and minorities, etc. And this is a good step, but a working model we still miss.
Given the history, the recent history of your country, and the problems that it has endured, What are the lessons that you see coming from Brexit?
I deeply believe that Brexit is strong message from one of the oldest democratic countries in Europe. And if they say we can't be in Europe, it has to make us think, why is that? Why is that? So it means that diversity in Europe is becoming threatened, and we should accommodate Britain, we should accommodate Italy, we should accommodate Germany. For some reason it's not working. And British people said something that I think it's a message also that runs across Europe, that we are not happy that policies in Europe are not made by democratically elected politicians, they are appointed. So we have a really tension between national governments that are chosen by people on elections every 4 years and politicians that are just put in position that they are, for example, in the European Commission. And that is the cause of all problems in the European Union. So for that reason, I strongly support Britain to say this. Of course, they will be in Europe, and everyone in Europe wants Britain, because we are not Europe if there is no Britain there.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
Please don't worry how you answer it. Is the EU, joining the EU, good for Serbia or bad for Serbia? How do you see it?
Answer is not so simple, if it is good or not good. Of course, to be integrated in the European family is a great thing, but it means also that everyone has own say in the European Union, so that it is not as like you make a soup, you put all different things in the soup, you put vegetables and meat and spices, water, heat, and that gives good soup. So the European Union should be something like that. We cannot have an industry like Germany, so we can have something else. We have something that they don't have, or Britain. Hopefully they will stay in Europe, so we'll make good soup.
Great. Thanks.
The head of the cat, and on the side.
Yeah.
When they have the longer fuel, then you can see the lines better.
How old are these?
They're from this year. Yeah. I'll show you the pigs. Probably you didn't see in Hungary. Yeah, but did you show your guest the Mangalisa pig?
Sorry?
Did you show your guest Mangalisa pig?
Yeah, I know.
But did you show it to him?
Oh, I ate mangoes.
Aqui. A zašto ima ranu na nosu, Jani? Zašto ima ranu na nosu?
Pa to sam grebe, od muva.
Stavljate nešto na nos.
Ne mogu ja ni da mu pićem, da mu to znete. Gdje će da dozvoli da ja idem samo da